Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today I have a different kind of video. It's a trading tips idea that really stems from FIFA 16, bin sniping. What I find to be the best method because bin sniping takes the least amount of time and also you can get the greatest amount of rewards. Now before I start the video, if you don't know what bin sniping is, I suggest watching my other video. I will try to explain it later in this video, but it's not the most easy concept to understand initially. So if you have a little bit of an understanding of it beforehand, this method would make a lot more sense. So the first step in knowing how to bin snipe is what you're going to bin snipe. And this has been made a lot easier because of the squad building challenges. So if you go into the squad building challenges menu, you can see that different players or different teams, different squads are in demand. For example, to get the Raheem Sterling, the purple Raheem Sterling, you need to fill out a Premier League team, an England team, and a Manchester City team. Now for the purposes of this video, we're going to ignore Premier League and England because those encompass a lot of different players, different divisions, different teams, different nations. So what we're going to focus on is the Manchester City one because that's just one club and it's easy to set parameters in the transfer market so you can narrow down the options. So you set your league to whatever league it is. Because we're looking at Manchester City, we're going to go to Premier League, then club, Manchester City, then adjust your max buy now to find the minimum price that people are selling any Manchester City players at. So if we go to 1,100, we see there are absolutely 0 players, bronze, silver, golds, on the market. If we adjust it to 1,200, we do come up with a couple, Caballero, and because people are just trying to build out the teams, they don't really care about the quality, so that's why bronze and silvers aren't even showing up. They just want to have the min rating, the min chemistry needed. So this graph is kind of a good illustration to see what's happening exactly. So on your y-axis you have your price level, this upward slope is your supply, and then the downward slope is the demand. Your upward slope, just imagine, it probably isn't realistic, but just imagine that your supply is staying relatively the same. So then your demand, because there's this purple Raheem Sterling out, that means that people are going to want to buy a lot more Manchester City cards. Your demand is going to shift up, which causes your price to go from P1 to P2, which is evidenced by what we just saw. So if I had a card, a Manchester City card, and I listed up for 1,200 coins, that means that he would sell within 2 minutes. And also, to figure out how much you would get, because you don't get 1,200 coins because of EA tax, what you do is you go to your calculator and you type in 1,200, or whatever price you would sell them at, then multiply it by 0.95 to account for the 5% EA tax. And for this example, because we'd sell it at 1,200 coins, you would get a return of 1,140. Now that number is important because that means you don't want to spend over 1,140 on a card that you buy to sell for 1,200 because you would just end up losing money. So you can set your max buy now to 1,100 because you would still get profit if you bought one for 1,100. However, it'd only be 40 coins. But then what you do is the bin sniping method from this point on. So you set your max buy now to the most you'd be willing to spend. Then your max price, you put it in an arbitrary number, and then you search. It'll come up with saying that no one's on the transfer market matching your criteria, and then you change your max price to reset. If I were to search and just go at 2,000 and just press OK and then search, that's not resetting the entire transfer market. So that's why it's necessary to change one of the parameters to reset the entire search. Otherwise, you're just going to not see anything for 30 seconds. Now they've changed bin sniping a little bit. They've changed how the market works. So it's kind of like, it's more finger gymnastics, if you will. So you have to change your max price, then you have to press circle, then you have to press triangle. And you see one came up, 1,100. I wasn't quick enough, so I didn't get him. But that just shows the potential of this trading method. Now for me personally, I wouldn't use the Manchester City team. I wouldn't try to snipe players from them because this is going to be what everyone's trying to do. I'm not the only one doing this method. And because this comes up as the first thing, a lot of people are just really interested. They are drawn to it immediately and they want to try to bin snipe the Manchester City players, not only to sell but also to just put into their clubs to get the Raheem Sterling. However, if you move over to marquee matchups, this is important because it shows this is 6 different other teams that are going to be really expensive because they go up in price because there's a higher demand. So for example, let's take the Saint Etienne team. Usually these players, they're not the greatest players and they go for like min buy now, just a lot of non-rare players. However, you'll see when I get to the transfer market, the price has shifted up because of the increased demand. So here we are, we have League 1, we have Saint Etienne selected, max buy now is 1,200. I haven't put any parameters on quality or position, so this is the entire team. We're going to see 1,200, nothing comes up. It's even higher than the Manchester City prices. 1,300, we do see some players, we actually see this one 500 immediately. See, the thing is, the reason that these prices, that this is a better method to use a smaller team, like a team that's not really known, is because other people don't know about it. So when they're just listing up players, they don't think twice about, oh, Manchester City or Saint Etienne. So if it's Saint Etienne, they're just going to list it up for a really cheap price. And the potential to get a lot more of profit is really there. So now I'm going to try to do this method. Honestly, it's kind of hard. This is not the easiest method out there, but I think that the rewards outweigh the time that it takes to do this. So that's why I like to do it. We're just going to adjust max price. Max buy now is left at 1,200. I'm going to keep changing it. Hopefully we get something soon. 450, please tell me I didn't get him, but that would have been 450. I think, let's check the calculator. How much would I have sold him for? 1,400 probably, times 0.95, 1,330, so that would have been like 900 coins profit. Unfortunately, I missed out on it. 400, please. Damn it. They're there, it's just I'm missing it. My internet's not the greatest. Please tell me I got this one. 1,200, okay. So it's not the greatest amount of profit, and I actually didn't check how much I should sell them for, so let's check again. So 1,500 appears to go within a minute. So if I do, I bought them for how much? 1,200, 1,500 times 0.95, that's 1,425 minus 1,200, so that's a total of 225 coins. I've only been doing it about a minute, so that's a pretty good return. 1,000, did I get it? I got it 1,000, and you can see, if you notice, my coin balance went up as I was buying them because the other one I just sold, Perrin, 1,200? No, we just missed it. But the other one I sold went for 1,500 almost immediately. That one just, no one seemed to want to buy them. 1,300, it was 5 seconds later, but that's still going to be a profit because you get 1,440 back. So it's only 140 coins, but it's still profit. And you can see this one that I ended up buying for 1,000, sold them for 1,500 almost immediately. This one I just bought for 1,300, still got 1,500 back, so 1,440 after tax, profit of 140 coins. This one will probably sell within a second. There we go. So the reason I like this method is because I'm getting consistent returns of like 140 coins per card. However, I still have the potential. You see sometimes people list them up for like 500. So that's almost 900 coins just for one card. It's not really likely that I'm going to get those because a lot of other people are trying to bin snipe really low. However, it's still a possibility. Now, just a bit of warning about this method. It is very frustrating because what can happen is, oh, no, what can happen is stuff like that where you just accidentally press the wrong button. That was a 250 coin card, would have sold for 1,500, and there was actually another 350 coin card, so that was like 2,000 coins potential profit. I missed out on it, and that happens a lot with this method. But the key is to not get frustrated, because when you get frustrated, your fingers start to move too fast, and then you just end up messing and pressing the wrong button, please. That's annoying. Another bit of warning I have to say is, by doing this, you're causing a lot of strain on the transfer market, and EA don't like that. So what they do is they lock you after you do this for like 15 minutes. So there are two options you could do. The first one is just stay on one account, and when you inevitably get locked out, because it just always happens after like 15 minutes, you can just go into playing a game. They don't lock you from playing games. And once you play a game, you can return, and usually the market's reset and you can just continue doing it. Or you could also build a second account and just you play on one account and you do your trading on this one, and then when you get locked out, you switch to the other one and do the trading on there, and then you can just switch between back and forth, and usually they're not going to both be locked at the same time. 600, please. I just want to get one really good profit one. I gotta put that clickbait title in. 200 coins, please. No! Oh, what? Hamuma for 800. How did I not get that? 900. Yes, we got one for 900. Finally. I think we're finally getting the hang of it, boys. See, I haven't really practiced this too much, to be honest. So that's where I'm going to end this trading tips video. Now, honestly, you're not going to go and just do this for one day and then end up being able to buy like a Cristiano Ronaldo. But if you just need like a couple extra 1,000 coins, this isn't the worst method in the world to do. You can see here, I started with around like 6,700 coins, and I've sold these two for 1,500. I still have these two to sell for 1,500. Sometimes the price changes, so it's important you can't just do it for like 10 minutes and then just assume that you're going to always be able to sell it for 1,500. You need to keep checking it constantly. But I will end up with around maybe like 8,300 coins, which is like 2,000 more than I started with, and I've only been doing this for about 10 minutes. So I hope you guys have the best of luck with your bin sniping. If you need help, if you don't understand something, just write it in the comments. I'll try to explain it. If not, I can do maybe another video or like private message you. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please drop a like, subscribe, check out my other content. Got Road to Division 1 series, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please, as always, don't forget to spay your pets.